Here at eLogger, we often get requests for a shift turnover report. Some businesses call it a shift changeover report or a shift pass down report. Ultimately, it's a report that includes either all of the day's events or those events that have been deemed important enough to be included on that day's report. While eLogger doesn't have a built-in feature to do shift turnover reports, we think it has something better. It has the flexibility to allow you to create your own shift report exactly the way you want it. So as you watch the following demonstration, keep in mind that most of what you are seeing can be customized by you to fit the way that you run your business. As you can see, I've already made 3 entries into the logbook for today. They are categorized as rounds, alarms, and cleaning. In eLogger, you create your own categories, so you decide what type of information you want to collect. You also create your own locations, so each entry you make into eLogger is categorized by a location and a category, or log as we call them. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a few more entries. First, I'm going to create an on-shift entry. I've defined this as a way of taking attendance for the day to see who is working on this shift. I've created a list of my employees, and I can just select the employees who are working today and save my record. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add one more entry and show you how you can customize the data entry screens. I'm going to create an operations entry, and you'll notice when I click the operations log, the screen changes just a bit. Down at the bottom, it actually displays an extra field. In eLogger, for each location and log combination, you have the ability to create your own custom data entry screens called templates. I've created a field or a template that specifies whether to include this specific log on our shift turnover report. So if I were to say something like, Unit number 2 is down for repairs for 2 hours, I can decide whether I'm going to deem that important enough to include on the shift turnover report. I'm going to check yes, that is to be included. I click Save, and it's added into the logbook. It shows up at the top of the View Logs page, which is the home page for eLogger. The View Logs page is essentially a snapshot of the last day's worth of activities. As events occur during the day, regardless of who is making the entries, they're going to show up on this screen. I've identified the entry with a gear icon, which will help users pick out certain log entries throughout the day. As you can see here, it says yes to include on the turnover, and the comment is below. So at the end of the shift, I want my operators to make an entry that summarizes the log entries for the day, all of the ones that I've said yes to include on the turnover report, which are the safety, operations, rounds, alarms, and cleaning entries. I also want this entry to include key metrics from other systems used in our facility and a summary of the on-shift entry. You'll see at the top of the View Logs page we have this bright yellow alert. This is what we call a required entry in eLogger. It's a reminder that says the user needs to make this entry. This reminder stays at the top of the page until your user goes in and makes the entry. To do that, the user clicks on Make Entry. Most of the information has been pre-populated for us, and if I want to add a comment regarding the shift turnover report, I can utilize the comments field that is provided for me. That is optional, however. As we scroll down the screen a bit, you can see that the turnover report is going to include the on-shift information and all of the major shift activities where we've said yes to including on that report. The shift turnover report will also include information from the MCCs, as well as information from the data historian. In this example, it's PI, our CMMS system, and our safety system. The user will need to manually enter the MCC information, and in entering the MCC output, you see our soft warning feature that adds a warning to a field that is out of the range that you set on that field. The rest of the data can be pulled from external systems. eLogger has the ability to connect to other systems so long as they accept an OLEDB connection. When I click on Get Data, the information is populated into eLogger. I can do this once for each section, or I can scroll down to the bottom of the page and click Get All Data to populate all information at once. When I'm finished, I'll save the record. Again, I'll be returned to the View Logs page, and at the very top of the page is going to be my shift turnover report. You'll see all the data is retrieved and contained in one record, and now we have several options as to what can be done with the data. eLogger also has built-in functionality to send automated emails. You can create an email rule stating that every time a shift turnover report is saved for this location, I want it to email to specific people that you choose. When you set up the automated email, it can include a link to the specific entry, and it also can include a PDF document which you can print or save that has all the information included in the entry. Your logo will be in the upper right-hand corner. And additionally, you can require specific individuals to acknowledge that they've read the shift turnover report entry. This acknowledgement is then saved electronically with the shift turnover entry. Remember, all of this information is customized by your facility so that your shift turnover report flows like your business flows. For more information about eLogger, please visit www.elogger.com or email us at info@elogger.com.